This is it. This is my latest epiphany. You know those light bulb moments when you wonder, why wasn't I doing this in the first place? Like, what took me so long? This is one of those moments. So here's what I've been doing. I wrote down 9 simple reminders and stuck with them for 21 days. And it's completely shifting my mindset and helping me be more positive and optimistic. And it's so simple, it almost feels too easy. So if you're like me, you might think you need like cute journals or paid apps to make, you know, these types of changes in your life. But I promise you, you don't. A pen and a paper or even the notes app on your phone works just fine. And it's not about thinking positive all the time or ignoring negative thoughts, because that never works. That will eventually backfire. It's just picking up those tiny little habits and slowly reshaping how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your goals, how you feel about your life. If you want to achieve something, you know, like getting fit, losing weight, starting a business, or like just feeling better about yourself, it's really overwhelming. But when I started focusing on these 9 reminders, I felt like I had a cheat sheet for staying on track even when things got really challenging. It's kind of like when we were kids and we had to memorize spelling words. Remember those? I hated those spelling words. But after practicing them over and over, they just kind of stuck, right? So your brain works the same way. You can't force it to always think positively. Trust me, I've tried. But you can guide it gently and consistently. I read them every day, morning and night. And I'll tell you why at the end of this video if you stick around. I just simply mark off the days that I do this exercise. And before you know it, I realize that I've been doing it for at least 40 days. So that's pretty cool. And I'm seeing where there are just huge, tremendous shifts in the way I think about myself and the way I think about my life and my business and all the things that I'm doing. Having a positive mindset, it simply means that you're expecting good things to happen and you believe in your own abilities to succeed at things. That even when you encounter challenges or difficulties, you see them for what they are, but you also try to focus on the positive aspects of those situations, and you trust that you'll be okay and good things will eventually happen, that you know that everything has a season and things eventually work out. I actually put this up on my office wall so I see it every day, and right beside it there's a post-it. Hold on, let me tell you what it says. I should know it by now. Hold on. No matter what happens, I can handle it. I can see it through. Because yeah, I'm in a season of my life where a positive mindset is something that I need to achieve my goals. So when I came across this really simple exercise, I decided to stick with it because why not? You know, what do I have to lose? So you're probably wondering what these 9 reminders are. So here they are. Number 1. I will be as cheerful as possible. When I say cheerful, I don't mean like a fake smile and pretending like everything's great when it's not. I'm talking about looking at life and myself through a more positive lens. I read that 79% of successful people believe that they would actually make it before they made it. Do you think that that makes sense? It makes sense to me. You know, when I focus on being cheerful, it just starts to feel like it's a part of who I am. And I swear that I'm seeing my business grow because of it. Number 2 is I will try to feel and act a little more friendly toward other people. And this one's pretty simple, but it's really powerful. The more I practice being friendly and smiling and starting conversations and being approachable, is the more that I notice that people respond. You know, people open up, opportunities come my way. Honestly, it just feels good to show up in the world as someone who's warm and kind, because God knows we need more of that in the world. So there you go. Number 3 is I am going to be a little less critical and a little more tolerant of other people, their faults, feelings, and mistakes. I will place the best possible interpretation on their action. All right. I get it. People can be infuriating. But the truth is, no one is perfect, including me. So instead of wasting my energy judging people, I focus on accepting them for who they are. And it's giving me so much peace. I need more peace in my life. So there you go. Okay, number 4, as much as possible, I'm going to act as if successes are inevitable and I already am the sort of personality I want to be. I'll practice acting like and feeling like this new personality. And this one, to me, is a game changer. I talk about acting as if a lot on my channel. So if I act like I'm already confident and successful and positive, my brain actually starts believing it. It's weird how that works. When you behave like the version of yourself you want to become, you actually start becoming it. Number 5, I will not let my own opinion color facts in a pessimistic or a negative way. Have you ever spiraled into creating stories in your head? Like when someone doesn't text you back and then suddenly you're convinced that they hate you? Yeah, me too. Yeah. This reminder keeps me grounded, I guess you could say. I'm learning to see things objectively instead of letting my feelings twist reality. And it's helped me avoid, let's just say, unnecessary drama and stress. I had a friend call me to vent about another friend that she had. Apparently the friend started a business and they didn't tell her about it. She was upset because the friend didn't tell her that she was thinking about doing this thing. She didn't tell her about, starting the business. She asked me, am I overreacting? And I feel like part of the reason why she was upset is because she was probably creating a story in her mind about what that meant. Like why the friend didn't tell her. Maybe she didn't trust her with her business. So I figured that she felt that the friend felt that way about her. In my interpretation now, looking back at that was just a story she was telling herself. I mean, there could be lots of reasons why the friend didn't tell her about starting her business that has nothing to do with her. Maybe her friend didn't tell her about starting the business because the friend was so busy starting the business, right? And it just didn't occur to her. Or maybe she didn't tell her about it initially because maybe she didn't have the confidence in herself anyway. Like, what if I'm going around telling the world that I'm doing this thing and I fail at it, right? Things that had nothing to do with my friend. And so I feel like we all do that, is that we make up these stories and we get so upset about things as we see them, but we're looking at them through the lens of our own past hurt or just the way we think, and it's not actually reality, and it's not necessarily what's happening, and it's not even how the other person thinks. I know for a fact that I do that a lot. I make up scenarios about things that's just, I know, so it go. It's just not the reality of what's happening, because sometimes my mind does wander off and drift off into the negative, that those negative ways of thinking is what's going to paint the picture of my perceived reality. Okay, so the next one is, and this one's so easy, but it's had such a big impact on me. I will practice smiling at least 3 times during the day. And what smiling does is that it tricks your brain into feeling happier. Here's the funny part. The more I smile, the more people are smiling back at me, which is, yeah, it's something I didn't know that I needed, but I do. Number 7 is, regardless of what happens, I will react as calmly and as intelligently as possible. Okay, so full disclosure, I'm not always the calmest person when things get stressful, but I'm getting better. And the more I remind myself to stay calm, is the more I'm thinking more logically and making more logical decisions. Instead of just reacting emotionally, I'm now tapping into this new superpower. When life gets messy, I am thinking more along the lines of logic and not just like the part of me that's stressed out. Okay, Number 8 is I will ignore and close my mind to all those pessimistic and negative facts that I can do nothing to change. If I can't change something, why am I wasting my energy stressing over it? So I'm choosing to shift my focus. And that's why I don't really watch a lot of news because it's mostly doom and gloom and negativity, right? I mean, I can change the economy, but if I sit and worry about it, I'm just like adding stress to my life. But what I can control is how I choose to spend my money or, working on my business. So that's what I'm choosing to focus my energy on. It's the things that are in my direct control. I will take a minute every night before bed to review who I am being. So I got this one from Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. That's a book I talk about all the time because it's so good. So taking a minute before bed to reflect on my thoughts and my actions and my emotions has helped me see where I'm showing up as the person I want to be and where I'm not as part of my morning routine. But then also at night before I go to bed, I just go through the list really quickly and I'll be like, well, I did make up a whole story today about why that person didn't text me back or whatever the case might be. I'm reminding myself of, okay, tomorrow I will do better and this is how I can do better. It's been really helpful for me to review this morning and night before I go to bed. Right, so these 9 reminders have been a game changer for me. I've been practicing them for about 40 days now, and I'm repeating them because the shift I've felt has been so huge. If you're going to try this for 21 days, let me know. I'd love to hear how it works for you. And if you've got another method for cultivating a positive mindset, share it in the comments, right? I'm always open to trying new things. So that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!